Yeah. Big JTV straight out of YouTube jail. Community guidelines. I got hit with a strike. You know what I mean? Obviously, this channel is not monetized. I don't have 1,000 subs yet. But if y'all want to help and support the channel, slap a like. And if you really want to support the channel, check out my links in the bio to my Rumble account, where I post most YouTube videos, plus my extra ones that are too hot for YouTube. Or check out my Patreon, which is going to be, going to have a $2 tier. You know what I'm saying? Support the channel. Best way to support. And, you know what I mean? If you don't want to spend that bread, just slap a like on the video, man. Appreciate y'all for showing love and support. YouTube is a joke, but there's a mission behind this. There's a reason I'm on here, right? To entertain, to inform, to be a voice for the culture. You know what I mean? When I talk about the culture, I'm talking about black culture, you know, a bit of African culture, black Canadian culture as well. You feel me? So I'm going to speak about this goofy again, Adam22. Not only because I get hella views from it, but because y'all like it when I discuss this loser, this creep, this pedophile. You know what I mean? So OG Cuicide decided to quit No Jumper a few days ago. You know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean, he saw that he was not getting the push or the respect. And, you know, he pulled up with a chair. By the way, the chair is half the reason YouTube strike me. YouTube is stupid. It is what it is. But if y'all rock with me, go on my Rumble account. You'll see the video that got me banned for a week. It was about the chair. He brought the chair because he wanted to give some charity. And if you remember that Montgomery video, that chair was very prominent. You feel me? So guess what happened next? The Adam22 decided to go on an Instagram Live a few days later and said, OG Cuicide was asking me, begging me for money. I didn't want to reply. I wasn't getting any money from him. There was no benefit. So, you know, he was basically already out the door. So it's all good that he quit. Let me make this perfectly clear. Adam22 has a slave master mentality. Is he a slave master? No. You know what I mean? But he has that mentality. All he thinks about is the money and the clout. Money and clout. Money and clout. So when he got a big black C to run all up in his wife, it was all about the money and the clout. Okay, so we shouldn't be surprised by that. When he has gang members go on his podcast to inflame and push gang beef between each other, it's about the money and the clout, because the clout leads to money. Let me tell you what, if you say out of pocket, outrageous, crazy things on the internet, that gives you clout and indirectly gives you money. Look at Charleston White. You know what I mean? Look at John Zerka. Look at Andrew Tate. These people say out-of-pocket, insane things on the internet to get attention, which gives them money, right? And Adam22 ain't no different. The difference is, though, the only thing that makes him stand out is that this dude has a slave master mindset or a colonizer mindset, okay? Don't mean that he is, it means that he has that mindset. Let me tell you something, man. If you look back at slavery times, right? Why did the slave master really dominate and take over the slaves and make them do things they didn't want to do? Why? Because the slave master had house Negroes, right? And house Negroes would wrangle up the field Negroes and the rest of the niggas in order for them to do the bidding of the slave master. So if y'all watch Django Unchained, that was the Steven character. You know what I mean? He was like the unofficial leader of the Negroes and made them, influence them in order to, you know what I mean, to follow what the slave master wanted, right? And if the slaves ever went out of line, Steven would punish them or would go snitch back to master, right? In the hip hop music industry, this happens all the time. You have usually white executives who promote and push other black executives or other black people who are a little bit underneath them to push and promote negative and dangerous messages towards the black community. And then the people underneath them who are the artists, they go along with it, and then they push that narrative in order to get a little bit of money, a little bit of bread. Adam22 does the same thing at No Jumper. He knows that he doesn't make sense for him to be in hip hop. He's not like Eminem. He's not like 1090 Jake. He's not a person who grew up around black people or who understands the black culture. This dude is not even like Peter Rosenberg from Hot 97. He's a dweeb. He's a dweeb from New Hampshire. Okay, so what happens is, in order for him, Adam22, to get any kind of influence within black culture, Adolf has to literally hire black people who have influence, who have understanding, right? And treat them like his house Negroes in order for them to influence other people. He did that with House Phone, right? Because House Phone has a lot of clout within the SoundCloud era. He did this with AD, because AD is a Crip gang member who has a lot of influence within LA. And I think he did this with OG Cuicide, because OG Cuicide still has a Crip influence and influence around LA. So much so that OG Cuicide basically said that he stopped people from running up into No Jumper and, doing things to Adam and the No Jumper place. Let me tell you this. He's doing that with Brick Baby right now. He's doing that with Crip Mac right now. So for me, my final analysis, my final point, this is a long video, but my final point about this is this. We as black people need to understand our value. Yeah? It's the same cycle that's been going on for years. We need to understand our value. We need to stand up for ourselves, and we need to liberate ourselves and understand that sometimes we're getting played. And by the way, that slave master colonizer mindset, it's not just white people who do that. Asian people can do that to black people. Indian people can do that to black people. And guess what? Here's the biggest trip. Black people can do that to black people. But when you look at the history of us as black folks, we've been indoctrinated to understand that, a white person is good. He's the homie. He gave me a show. He's great because he gave me a paycheck. How about if you realize that you're above that? You're better than what you're receiving. He needs you more than you need him, right? Adam22 needs black people more than they need him. And I'm happy that OG Cuicide realized that. And I'm happy that T-Rail realized that, because Back on Fig is killing it. I'm happy that AD realized that, because Community is killing it. Fig Community World is killing it. I'm happy that a lot of black people have decided to leave that. And I hope one day the Poetic Flacco realizes he don't need Adam22 either, right? But you never know, man. This has been the history of us as a people, where we have been mentally enslaved before we became physically enslaved. Y'all have not even made it at the end of this video, but that's okay. You know what I mean? I just want better for us, and that's why I speak up. You know what I mean? If you like it, like the video. If you're somehow at the end of this video, respect to you. Check out my Rumble. Check out my Patreon. YouTube is a joke. Big JTV, I'm out.